Hi Yuki, hi Zephyr, Scarlet. How's everyone doing today? Damn, Zephyr, 10 stream streak. Hell yeah. Thank you for hanging out for 10 streams in a row. We're a little bit late today. I woke up late, but we're here. We made it. I'm just getting my drink together while we wait for the ad break. Let's see. Who do I need for unlocking purposes? We can go back to working on this. Okay, I need the dust bunny. This one today. It's cute. And then I fixed my kitchen. Cute. I think it needs to be chopping. What am I missing here? Prepare your ingredients. Start early to have lunches ready on time. Oh, okay, it just wasn't, maybe I didn't have it on morning. Hi Sagi, how are you? Oh, I love that there's little bunnies in the bento box to go with your dust bunny there. Oh, Scarlet, not the yarn chicken. Okay. Ad break has passed. Let's get into it. Yeah, Alex, what did you buy? Yeah, I'll permit you 1 second. Spaghetti day. I'm hoping my hands will work for this. I did just wake up. So, you know. That's why I was a little late today. Don't forget stretches. Yeah, for sure. It's probably morning voice. Yeah. Y'all stretch before you start working on stuff? Oh, shit. I think you took a little bit too long. I'll permit you again 1 second. Don't let Nightbot scare you. Nightbot has no power here. I'm in charge. Okay. You have 60 seconds. There you go. Oh, okay. That's probably going to be happening a lot today. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Wow. I mean, it looks really nice. Yeah, damn, not even that bad of a price. 42 normally before shipping. I mean, that seems nice to have. Yes, welcome in, Kiri. So excited you made it. Rolled out of bed, straight to crochet time. You're working on blankets for Christmas presents? I don't think you are the only one. It seems to be a pretty popular activity right now. It's that, Christmas present rush for sure. Oh, goodbye number 4. Thank you for saying so. I'm happy you made it. Yeah, we're gonna help each other knock some stuff out today. Y'all help keep me motivated too. You're making a baby blanket, Soggy? I know there's at least one other person making blankets in here right now. Or, you know, not, if not right this second, then currently that is their whip on the hook. Yes. Well, other than you and Soggy, Kiri, there's, somebody yesterday was talking about it. Build Sims 4 Legacy House, Zephyr? Okay. Zephyr's having fun today. Let's see. That sounds delightful. Oh, in Ravenwood. Nice. You're doing a blanket for a new baby niece and a cardigan, Soggy? Well, at least they can be small, right? That's a tiny little cardigan. Oh yeah, Kiri, I have so many different works in progress right now, it's not even funny. Like, we are past the point of it being cute at this at this point. But you know, I'm getting there. I have at least recently finished something, so that's good. Hi, Tabby, how are you doing? Finished the thing I was supposed to start yesterday, indeed. You made your worry stone and it didn't burn in the oven? Hell yeah. Yeah, yesterday was something else, huh? Finish losing Yarn Chicken? Hey, it's not over until it's over. Yeah, you can post it in Project Pics, or Jack of All Trades is kind of what that channel is for, like things that aren't fiber arts. Let's see here. Okay, oh, whoa, okay. We got a bunch of stuff to add. Let's go. Lock-in day. Oh, no need to apologize. I'm just like, I was going over there like, oh, just adding one thing, it'll be quick. No, we gotta take it seriously. I applaud you for, that's the same thing. I applaud you for locking in. Oh, I see, because I didn't do tabbies. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. I'll do these and then I'll go back to tabby. Okay. Miss Agatha, I know you're not screaming right now. Okay, tabby. No, I did tabbies. Okay. I think we're good now. Can y'all hear her? She's yelling at the closet door. She's such a Sims 4 cat. Let me go see this worry stone. Oh my god, it's cute. I love capybara. They're my favorite animal. Agatha, you're not going in the closet. No. You're also not going into my china cabinet where my yarn is. Hey. Stop being a butt. No. They hate it when any door is closed. Which, you'd think they'd be used to the closet door being closed by now, but they'll get it in their heads like, no, no, I want to go in there. You need to open it. Yes, if you do ! Discord, it'll come up. Thank you, Scarlett. Yeah, oh, Agatha will fully have arguments with me. For sure. She fully understands English, we're pretty sure. And she thinks that she speaks it, too. So funny. I feel like my mic never picks up the cat sounds when I want it to. Like, I'll be trying to, like, talk to my friends about, like, oh, do you hear Miss Carmilla in the background? And they'll be like, no, I can't hear anything. And now, of course, that I'm streaming, you can hear it just fine. Yeah, she needs to check on her secret closet project. Uh-huh. I would let them in there more readily, if not for the fact that that's where the water heater is, so I don't want them going behind it. Because I think pretty much, well, I say that, I know for a fact that at one point in time we had, like, gone away for like an overnight trip or something like that, so we didn't really need a full-on sitter for them at that point, because we weren't going to be gone for that long. But it was long enough that Agatha figured out how to squeeze, because the closet door is like the two panels that slide on the track like this, and one of them, I believe, is missing one of the pieces at the bottom, so it kind of hangs open just a little bit. So Agatha, while we were gone, figured out how to squeeze in between the two doors and get into the closet. And I think it was while we were gone. It must have been a shorter trip, though. It must have been a different time. We were only gone for a few hours, because when we came home, she was still in there. And I only realized because Carmilla was, like, looking at the closet like, huh? And I look over there and I can see Agatha's fur peeking out the bottom of the door, because she's just resigned herself to being stuck in there and sat down inside the closet, like, and pressed up against the closet door, so her fur was peeking under. And so I let her out, and I discovered where she had tried to climb up onto the top shelf and pulled a box down and wedged the box behind the closet door so that I, like, couldn't open that side of the closet. So, yeah, she went on a whole adventure in there. So I shouldn't say that she can't hurt anything or get up to anything, because I know that she can. Because she wants to climb around the whole closet, I guess. That is weird behavior, Alex. Why do they need the comments turned on? They don't. Also, block liberally, by the way. You don't have to wait for somebody to do something, like, criminal. If somebody is making you uncomfortable, you're allowed to block them. It's your channel. I mean, you'd think if they wanted to leave you a comment that bad, they could just do it where they are able to do it, you know? They're like, no, we want to be mean in an organized fashion. Like, 3 people asked if you made Rule 34. That's such weird behavior. Yeah, you'll weed out the weirdos eventually. It's just not, it's not worth engaging for sure. Yeah, don't search for that, Zephyr. Yep, she's doing her thing. Yes, corn, as they say on the TikTok. That's the current censor word. Personally, I really lean into the saying, I am cringe, but I am free. It's a good way to live. Miss Agatha.
I don't know what she wants. Sorry.
Yeah. Clearly. I know she wants to get in there. But she is not allowed. She's never really properly gotten to get up in my cabinet and explore all of the yarn there. Because she would get her little furs all over it. There's one specific roof patch that's driving you up the wall. Sometimes it helps to, like, look at pictures of, like, real life roofs. And if not find good designs, then at least remember that, hey, even in real life, sometimes the roofs look weird. And how often will you even be seeing that while you play? Yeah, there hasn't been a proper kitty inspection. Kitty is not allowed to inspect. Yeah, Zephyr is building in The Sims 4 right now. And is making some roofs, however you say it. Some Skyland, indeed. Yeah, there you go. Just, go open concept with it, you know? Just leave the top of the house open. You have a sky roof now. You've heard of a sunroof, this is a sky roof. You can still hear her. She's like all the way in the other room. She's on something right now. That is wild. The gain on my mic is turned down too. She's like just the right pitch or something to be picked up. She will not be silenced. You're right about that. She's actually in all of our heads. It's got nothing to do with the mic. Yeah. It's a talent, but it's also a curse. There's an Agatha within us all. It was Agatha all along. You have 4 cats and your oldest Starla is staring at you to go to sleep? Yeah, my cats are definitely like that sometimes too. Because they're like, get in the bed, it is cuddle time. I want to come and lay on your legs. She prefers to lay behind you. Adele is here. Yeah, I'll take you on a little tour of Spirit City once this ad break is passed. I don't know who can still hear me right now. Adele skipped you this time. She said, you've been rolled enough. Alright, so yeah, the purring is coming from Spirit City, which is this game here. So through Spirit City, you have access to music. That's also where all of the music is coming from. And then there's a sound panel down here, so that's where we're getting the rain and the fireplace sounds, as well as the purring. So this is a very cool game. You can decorate your space here. I have the Cozy Kitchen DLC, so I also have, you know, this area. And I did finally go in and decorate my kitchen yesterday so that we could be over here. Oh my god. That is so cute. I am currently working on unlocking the specific spirit skins from the Cozy Kitchen DLC. Oh. Hello, Barn Bunny. How are y'all doing today? I'm just taking everyone on a little tour of Spirit City really quick. Hope y'all are doing well. Hi, Abmeen. Welcome in. We're just, we're getting into it today. I'm just gonna swap our little spirit and our activity around really quick. Let's see what we need to do here. So we're gonna start after lunch. We're gonna prepare ingredients in a bowl. We need a gentle breeze. That's gonna be the sound panel. Then we need the right spirit. Oh my gosh, look at him. Okay. Yeah, Spirit City is so cute. It's so great. What were y'all working on today? Welcome in. You're trying cross-stitch for the first time, making a raccoon? Oh, I hope you're enjoying it. Cross-stitch is pretty fun. It's been interesting, for sure. Yeah, there's always that little, speed bump to get over whenever you're learning a new skill. For anyone that is new here, my name is Jack. I'm a fiber artist specializing in crochet, and I'm currently working on crocheting the Stardew Valley world map, pixel for pixel, so 1 pixel equals 1 stitch. And I do believe that I missed a question from Kiri a minute ago, so I'm going to go back and look at that. 1 second. So Kiri, do you find it harder to keep proper tension with smaller hooks? No, not really. I use pretty light tension usually, and I think using a smaller hook really lends itself to that because you're not having to like put extra tension on your yarn. You're just making the stitches the same size as your hook, and then like you don't need to worry about making them extra tight. So it's the same logic as like sizing down, you know, for a regular sized project. I'm using probably the smallest hook size I can for this floss without really having an issue with splitting. And so that to me really resolves the tension issue. Shy wants the evil duck. Okay. Let's see. Let's go have a snack over here. Oh, that looks so nice. Yeah, Barn Bunny, I did. So the moth cocoon, yeah, it's a silkworm costume, right? This, it has a core of duct tape, and then I wrapped the rest of it in self-adherent like medical tape, because it was starting to irritate my hand a little bit. Initially it was fine, but yeah, this is just a regular, you know, metal hook, so didn't have a proper handle on it. So it's more ergonomic now, definitely better for my hand, but could be even better. I think it needs to be a little bit longer. So interesting was the adjective, Admin, to describe cross stitch. Oh yeah, Barn Bunny. There's lots of great options for ergonomic hook handles. So, there's like nice silicone grip ones that you can buy as well that are made to like put over regular sized hooks. They don't really make them for hook sizes this small, but I could probably just add a little bit of bulk to the hook and then squeeze it into one. The same way that I added bulk to it, you know, here. So I will probably eventually get something nicer to wrap around it, just because over time the self-adhering tape will degrade, and you can see it's covered in fuzz. So, but yes, definitely nice to have ergonomic handles, for sure. Much better for your hands. Let me pull that out of there, actually. You saying interesting was being polite, you almost rage quit a few times. Sometimes it's like that. You know, every craft is not for everybody, and that's okay, but you gotta give yourself some grace, too. Learning new things is hard. You officially lost Yarn Chicken, Scarlet? I'm so sorry. Kiri, your hands are flaring up even with the wider handles. You can try a tennis ball even if you really need something bigger. Just poke a hole in it and stab your hook through. Marking off Scarlet for losing Yarn Chicken. Well, you did it. You know, you can at least feel accomplished, right? You bit the bullet. I know I've had people recommend Chunky Boys to me before, which are ergonomic hook handles, but I've also heard that they've had some issues with tackiness and production quality, so I don't know. Yay, progress. That's right. I definitely just did the same thing over again that I meant to undo, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you can get hooks custom made. You can get hand whittled wooden hooks and stuff. There's cool options. Hi Ash, how you doing? Oh gosh, not the fights at school, Shy. Sorry you had to put up with that. I'll never forget when I was a senior, these two girls started going at each other in the courtyard, and there was this huge crowd that circled around them, and one of the girls pulled the other girl's shirt off. Like, that's a mean move. Oh, you thought there was a fight starting at the pub, but it was just a guy shouting on his phone. Alas. Oh my god, the fight blocked 2 stairwells? Yeah, you've heard of Chunky Boys and that they've gone down in quality? Yeah, I watched that deep dive. Indeed, I believe. I've watched most of Aspen's deep dives, so I'm gonna assume I did watch that one. Oh my god, they tell teachers to stand in between boys but stay away from girls and never get in the middle? That's crazy. You haven't lost floss since you put the command hook up, Ash? Imagine that. Oh no, Nightbot reminded you about your tea that was still sleeping? Yeah, that's me all the time. Oh, they tell you to pull a Gene Wilder on them. Uh-huh. That's what the microwave is for, Tabby. I have to microwave my tea so often because I forget about it and then it goes cold and... Then I drink some, then I forget about it and it goes cold again. people are like, don't use the cheap tea bags, they're so weak. And I'm like, well, yes, unless you forget about your tea and then leave it for half an hour, and then you'll be glad that you used the crappy tea bags. You need to go heat up supper? Absolutely, Barn Bunny. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the raid again. Oh, tea bags leave a weird aftertaste for you? Yeah, French press is a good way to go about it. Naomi is 9 months today. She's growing so fast. Naomi is a human child, yeah. The woman who eats tea bags. That's a wild choice. I guess it probably is not gonna really hurt you that bad, at least. Okay, you want to start your own little series on TikTok to document your tarot card cross-stitch progress. You could use a voice changer, or I know that we don't love AI, but I think that the AI voice changers that are generally available are a little bit, it's a little bit of a different system for the voice changers. But you could certainly do some research into that and see. Yeah, subtitles are an option as well. And I do also think that when your voice is paired with music, it's not as bad. Like, I don't love it either, but or I didn't used to love it either. I don't mind it now. But voiceover, when I first started doing this series, it was very awkward for me. And dysphoric, but the music, I felt the music helped. Yeah, text to speech, exactly. Oh, not that. Yeah, I think a lot of people watch on silent. Yeah, so even if you do have the sound, you still want to have the subtitles. That's true. Yeah, you could have somebody else do the voiceover for you. Absolutely. Use a voice changer to make yourself sound like Morgan Freeman doing the, what is it, Planet Earth voiceover. David Attenborough, yep. Somebody with a very recognizable voice that is clearly not yours because it's so well known. Oh gosh, we have reached a mandatory stretch break checkpoint. Tell you what, we got an ad break coming up in about 2 to 3 minutes. So when the ad break hits, I will do my stretches. So we're eating, we're drinking, and we're doing stretches during the ad break. Or now into the ad break. Save your toes, everyone. Ominous self-care messages are your new specialty. here if I have a scrap piece. Not for this color, it doesn't look like. Your stretch break is gonna be your nap time, but you're gonna lurk? Absolutely, Carrie. Yeah, applying AI towards science and the environment makes you upset in ways you can't describe. It's like frustrating because I know there are good applications for it, but not the way that Gen AI is doing it. We had a whole conversation about this the other day, and like how there are practical applications for some algorithmic programming, but generative AI or LLMs are trash. Okay, there's the ad break, so we're gonna stretch now. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you got some good stretching in. You picking windows now, Zephyr? Not a lot of good options for Gothic. You just need pointy and narrow. Not that, Scarlet. Your computer trying to crash because it needs to update. There's that, and then there's when you do the update right away and your computer crashes because the update has problems that they haven't resolved yet. It's ancient at this point, so that probably doesn't help either. Yeah. Is it harder to just pinpoint stitches when I'm on the spaghetti side? Not really, because I'm still only looking at the top row, and that's not really obscured by the spaghetti, so I don't really find it more difficult. If I'm slower today, it's just because my hands haven't woken up properly. That's what happens when you roll straight out of bed into stream. Oh yeah, absolutely, Scarlett. I get that question a lot, actually. Or similar questions. Cooking now? Hell yeah. What time is it there? It is 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't have a sleep schedule, so don't try to make sense of that. You watched the Stranger Things trailer in the first 5-minute video? Any thoughts? I haven't watched the first 5 minutes yet because I would rather just actually watch it when it comes out. But I have seen the trailer. Me? Oh. I guess that does make sense. I thought you were talking to Scarlett. I'm eating muffins. I grabbed muffins. I'm usually not hungry when I first wake up anyway, so. If Will Byers and Mike Wheeler do not kiss on the mouth this season, you will riot. Honestly, I have a feeling it's not gonna happen, and also Will deserves better than Mike anyway. Yes, don't worry. I am nibbling on muffins, and I will make sure I eat something as soon as stream is over. This is literally what I had yesterday during stream too, so it works for me. He doesn't want better than Mike. Well, that's because he's a child and he doesn't know that he has other options. Like, look, we've all been there, you know, being in love with the straight kid. It never goes well for us. Excuse me? No. Why are we doing that? Are you not... You're plugged in, and why are you having a fit? Are you getting too hot? You're not that hot. Well, you're a little hot. Have I seen the 90s t-shirt theory? Oh, Will in one of the scenes is, wearing a t-shirt that looks like it's from the 90s, so people think it's an epilogue. 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna clean my camera. Please excuse... Actually, I'm gonna switch scenes for this, because y'all don't need to see this in your face. You're a Mike Wheeler apologist. I could definitely see them doing a Stranger Things sequel, which I will admit is kind of annoying to me. Just because I'm like, we have been dragging this out so bad that I cannot deal with y'all continuing to drag things out for however many more seasons. Like, if y'all want to fix your uploading format, maybe we can have that conversation, but this whole see y'all in a couple years thing is not it. Oh, an epilogue, I see. Bring Eddie back to life and let us have Eddie and Steve. How about that? Or just, you know, let me have Eddie. I'll take him. Yeah. It's been so long. That's annoying as fuck. I don't enjoy that. I'm like, y'all. With the amount of filler that Millie Bobby Brown has at this point, she can't keep pulling off child, okay? They are the enemy here. Oh, not the Google Slides refusing to load. Well, if they're gonna do shit like that, then they need to stop working with children, because, or making shows about children, because you can't do that. It doesn't work. Ugh. Sounds like you need some serious tech support over there, Alex. Yeah, email your teacher. I think that's a good idea. my god, I know, right, Ash? I mean, how do you think I feel? I play Fortnite. It's me and my group of 30-something friends, not 30-something of us in number, but we're all older than 30, getting demolished by a gang of 8-year-olds on Fortnite. Oh my god, yeah, that's... Yeah, that's quite the topic for them to be over there dealing with. I mean, they gotta learn it while they're young. Everything that they do involves the internet at this point. Oh my gosh. Yes, Alex, tell them how you feel. Back in my day, we did our homework on good old-fashioned pen and paper. Yes, go get your tea. Yeah, if it's possible for you to do it on paper, you should be able to just do it on paper. You'd think that teachers these days would prefer that, honestly. Makes it at least a little harder to do your homework with AI. Gotta put some kind of effort into it to transcribe everything onto paper then. Oh my god, back in the day when YouTube didn't even have ads. Yeah, things move so quickly now. I remember back when Netflix was DVDs in the mail. Teachers would rather computer because your handwriting is so bad. Well, why is your handwriting is so bad? It's because you never use it, because you're never writing anything by hand. You gotta teach good penmanship. The PS2 turned 25 this year. Yeah, sounds about right. That was like my console that, as in like I had one that was specifically mine and like not my siblings to share. Like we had a PS1 at my dad's house that was like for all of us, and then for my birthday one year when the PS2 came out, I had my own PS2. After stream, could you borrow my most red 1d10? You can go dig through my dice if you want. They're in the closet. Yeah, if you go in there, bottom shelf of the black thing, they're in the box that looks like a fake wood. Don't let Agatha in, yeah. I have quite a lot of dice, especially D10s. I have so many D10s because I played a game of Changeling at one point, and unlike D&D, Changeling only uses D10s, so I have a bajillion D10s. Okay, Della's here.
Agatha. Hey.
Yep, Agatha's taking her opportunity to go in the closet.
Come here. Get out of here.
Oh no, Scarlet. So the way that subscriptions work, Ash, is that I believe if you're not a partner, because it's different if you're a Twitch partner, it's a 50-50 split. So it's $5 for the subscription, or it's a slightly different depending on where you are. I think in the UK it might cost more, but in the US it's $5, and I get half and Twitch gets half. If you want to do, obviously, you know, you also get benefits from that as someone who's subscribing because you don't have ads. and you also get access to my emotes. For a donation that is purely 100% to me, you would use bits for that. So bits are the Twitch specific currency, and it's basically like 1 bit equals 1 penny. So there is a like charge to buy bits, but that's something that like you cover when you buy them. So 100% of what you give me for bits goes to me. So if you give me, you know, 1,000 bits, I get $10 from that straight up. Fanco, hi. Yeah, I'm assuming you've seen me on social media. Welcome in. Yeah. Yeah, I've been streaming for a few weeks now. Started up around the time I hit the halfway mark. So this is an older account. I did stream on it in the past as well, but this is I'm getting back into it now because of this project. So yes, the weekly check-ins. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would be more straightforward about letting people know that I stream through the weekly check-ins, but TikTok is very particular and will nerf my engagement and my revenue if I directly mention streaming on Twitch. It does not like that. TikTok does not like you to double dip. Vanilla chai, delicious. The purple app? Yeah, I have a few TikToks that I've done where I include like the Twitch icon, and it seems like TikTok doesn't catch that because it's a sticker. So that has been helpful. I try not to push it too hard, because it can be really difficult to know what TikTok is gonna find offensive. So, oh, welcome local SCP. Yeah, welcome in. Happy you found me. You lost your jacket, time to grab the tape. Yup. At least you have a system now. You're gonna need one of those, designer bracelets that's just a roll of tape, except it's actually just a roll of tape. What the fuck is that emote? Oh my god. An eldritch monstrosity, truly. I love that. Subs are $8 now? Right, because you're like in the UK or something, right? Unless that, you're, like, what country are you in, if you don't mind me asking? Do I think I'll still get half? No, I know that I won't. I'm pretty sure I will just get 250. You're in the US? Wait, since when are subs $8? What the hell? I'm checking something really quick, y'all. Please excuse me. Subs are... Jesus. Yeah, so I think I think I'm getting, where is it? Why is it purple? There we go. Huh? How does that make sense? So I'm looking at how much I get from paid subs, right? And it is very hard to tell. So it could be dependent on what you are paying before tax. I'm not totally sure, but I can certainly look into that more after stream to find out, because I'm curious now. So, thank you, Ash. I really appreciate that. I don't know that I'm more worth it than a Netflix subscription, but I appreciate it all the same. Gorilla Goose is crazy, Faye. You're crocheting a whip that you've had for a few years? Oh, please tell us about it. It's a few years is crazy. You're scared the internet is going to attack your phone, Alex? Generally, if I'm having an issue with my computer, it's not as bad on my phone. Wow. $7.99 a month is crazy. I did not know they were doing that at this point. Thank you so much.
Ashes on Europa just subscribed.
That's so kind of you to do. I appreciate that. And no more Adele time for you now. It got lost in the move, but you found it? Oh, well, that's good. I hope it was like a good feeling to discover it again, like buried treasure. You're currently playing MC? What is MC? Because you don't have money for crafts? Oh. Yeah, Ash, every little bit certainly helps. Oh! Oh my god, I'm such an old person. I even play Minecraft. That was inexcusable of me. Put the reading glasses on now? Hey. I read it just fine. I just didn't know what it meant, okay? I love Minecraft, though. If y'all like Minecraft, I have a recommendation for you. I'm on YouTube and now I'm seeing that the next part of the a series that I've been watching is out. I'm very excited to watch that later. But y'all should go subscribe to my friend LifeOr. He makes YouTube content, Minecraft content on YouTube, and has a playthrough where he's been playing with the Create mod and making some truly unbelievable builds with it. And even if you don't play Minecraft, I think it's really cool. So y'all should check that out and support his videos because they're very good. Oh no, but at least you were able to fix the tangled and knotted yarn pretty easily. That's good. Yeah, that's that always sucks when your yarn gets away from you like that. But I'm glad it wasn't anything unmanageable. I feel honored to be your first Twitch subscription, Ash. Thank you. You finally finished the outside? The inside's a fun part. I love decorating. Do you have a budget for this house, or are you just kind of cheating your way to getting whatever you want? Desert Bus for Hope starts in 1 hour? What is that? Legacy money so they're rich. It's a bunch of people playing a super boring video game to raise charity money. What do you mean it's a super boring video game? What video game? Let's see. Ahaha. I did do something wrong. Something from when we were young, like tic-tac-toe with sticks and rocks. Oh my gosh, I love watching people play Peak, Alex. It's so funny. It's such a good game. You didn't know what computers were then? You laugh. I got my first computer when I was 10. Yeah, when we, the house that I lived in when I was going through elementary and middle school and most of high school, when we moved into that house, it was like the summer before 3rd grade, and we had to do a whole bunch of renovations on it, so I was playing with my siblings by drawing faces on wood chips to make dolls. That was my favorite. Desert Bus is a game in Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. It is literally drive a bus from Tucson to Las Vegas in real time, no pause, and always listing a little right, so you have to constantly steer. That is wild. I mean, like, American Truck Simulator is a thing that's actually pretty fun to watch, so I can see how that would be a good time. You weren't allowed on YouTube until you were 16. Yeah, I can see that being a good thing in some ways. I feel like my mom did not have the awareness of what was going on the internet enough to like have concerns in the first place. But I think that we did okay. I was not super adventurous with looking at random websites. I think the most adventurous things that I did was play a lot of RuneScape. The YouTube children are being fed AI now. Yeah, I think it may have actually been better when we were children. There's always someone playing it and then other people being actually entertaining. After 8 hours of no crashing, you get 1 point. Then turn around and do it again? That's crazy. Yeah, one person's the bus driver and everyone else gets to be the passengers. That's fun. Yeah, RuneScape, old school RuneScape's so good. I want to get back into it, but who has the time to do anything? I remember back in my day, we didn't even have knees. There was a whole special event when they added knees to the RuneScape models. Today I barely have knees on my person. Jesus. This one guy got a new device, made a new account, watched Cocomelon for hours on Netflix, and then autoplayed YouTube. And it was all AI recommended videos, and some of them were disturbing. I see a I don't actually get a lot of AI pushed to me, and that's because I work pretty hard not to engage with content that is like uses AI keywords. So I don't even really like to engage with content that's like talking about AI from a like negative or skeptical standpoint, because it's still introducing to the algorithm that I am interested in AI content at all. So I don't get a lot of that on like any of my socials, but every once in a while I'll go into the search function on TikTok because like somebody will be talking about something in a video and I don't know what they're referencing, so I'll do the recommended search to see like what they're referring to. And usually through the recommended search, that's when I see some of the really bizarre stuff that people are making. And I'm like, why? Just why are we doing this? I mean, good is relative, Tabby, for sure. It's what you make of it. But I think the idea of the realism is very interesting for sure. You gotta block Has-Been Hotel, Alex. You gotta start blocking things. Yeah, add -AI. I also have an extension on my browser that hides the Google AI overview. So I don't have that on my phone, but it's literally an extension that you can download called Hide Google AI Overviews, and so I don't see them on my computer. This fundraiser was the first people to play long enough without crashing to find out that once it goes to night, it never reaches day again. That's like on purpose, or just like, is that a coding error, do you think? You'd rather watch has-been content than AI slop? I mean, 100%. I think that's a very reasonable take, you know? It's like, even things that I don't like, at least I can respect that a human made them. Coding error for sure. Yeah. It's very we didn't make this we didn't make this many levels in Tetris because we didn't think anyone would ever get here. It definitely gives a sense of like there's a horror element to that. For it to turn to night and then never come back to day. It's like the uncanniness of that, and like the bus being such a liminal space, like there's something there. I think that's really fun. Two loads of dishes are done? Mean, that's crazy. If I get one load of dishes done, it's a miracle. The eternal bus ride. There are bus stops you can stop at and open and close the doors. That's fun. When you come back and it's day again, you know that someone crashed. I think that, yeah, that's the feature within the bug, right? The longer you can keep it nighttime, the better you look. You're taking a break and then you're going to tornado fold your clothes. You are so strong. So strong and brave. Those are my least favorite chores. Doing dishes and folding clothes. I hate folding clothes. Uh-oh, the moment you realize the pattern in your mind isn't readily available, so you gotta make your own? What are you making? One more checked off for ya. So do you have another... No, I already unlocked you, that's sweet. You're gonna make a mosaic style Batman logo hat? That's fun. I'll fold your clothes so that you can deal with the tired, grumpy micro. That's quite the trade. Yeah, sewing is definitely a good one to add to the list, Scarlet. Because it comes in handy with crochet, I feel like. So even if you're not a super strong sewer, having a little bit of foundational knowledge can help you do more with your crochet. The dye lots are different? What the fuck? You're terrified of sewing machines? That's fair. They're really not so bad if you just give yourself a little bit of time to get used to them. I've been nervous about mine for a long time, but I just let myself do some practice on some random fabric, and it's really fun, honestly. You're scared of the needle going through your finger? Have you used a sewing machine at all, or like interacted with a sewing machine? I feel like you'd be kind of hard pressed to. I mean, I know it can happen, but I feel like there's so much in the way, you know. And when you put the presser foot down, like there's just not a lot of space for you to actually get your finger under there, at least in my experience. Yeah, there's really not, like, a lot of space for that to happen. Small gloves look like Mickey hands on you sometimes. No, I'm just imagining, like, a little, like, antique doll at a sewing machine. Yeah, if you can figure out the make and model of your sewing machine, you should be able to look up the manual for it to figure out how to do the replacement. And if not, sewing machine repair stores are still a thing around where I am, so you could look into that and see if there are any, you know, around where you are. And they can potentially help you as well. Or your local craft store might be able to give you some advice. But I bet within everybody in the Discord we can probably help you get that figured out. My mom is the most avid quitter. You can also go slow with sewing machines. I know it seems like sewing machines go really, really fast because people who are really experienced with them make them go fast, but it's just like with a car, like you have control of the speed with the foot pedal. So you can just sew really slowly while you're getting used to it, and then, you know, you're definitely not gonna get your finger caught in there because you're moving so slow. Like, injuries like that, specifically like getting your finger caught in a sewing machine or something like that, those are the kinds of injuries that actually come with experience, because you get so comfortable with something, you stop paying attention, you start making, like, reckless choices and cutting corners and stuff. Those are not, like, beginner sewist injuries, because I feel like you don't actually have the capability to do that as a beginner sewist, because you're, like, having to focus so much on, like, how to use the sewing machine. No, that you control the speed of your machine. You can go doop, 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 doop. Like, you can have your needle be slow as fuck if you want. That is 100% within your control. You just mostly are seeing clips of people who are very comfortable with their sewing machines, and so that's why it looks like that. Nobody has ever done that out of 100 years of sewists in your family. It's like, I can understand why you would be concerned about that. Like, seeing videos of people sewing, I get where you're getting that from. But once you actually start doing it, you will see that it's different than you think it is. Storm Claudia is coming down on you over there, Zephyr. Yeah, hell yeah. We got that crafting corner to hang out in. And Craft Circle Tuesdays. That would be a good time for it too. Keep forgetting Craft Circle Tuesday is a thing. Yeah, gotta pay attention to the calendar. We've got a role now for people who want to be notified about the Craft Circle at least. So whoever gets there first can tag everybody else to remind them. It doesn't remind you. I think that you can get it to remind you. So I'm pretty sure if you go into the Discord and you go to the calendar, which I don't know if you can get to it right now because it, wait. well, you can't really get to it right now because there's... Oh, no, there it is. There it is. If you go to the calendar and you check interested for the event. You did it as interested? I think that's supposed to notify you, but I guess, okay. Huh, interesting. Well, like I said, there is a role, if you go into the roles channel, for people who want to be notified about the craft circle. So, obviously, you know, y'all will have to keep on top of that yourselves, but whoever gets into the craft circle first can tag everybody else using that role. And hopefully that'll help y'all remember. Yeah, this is what happens when you have a group of neurodivergent people, for sure. We're all having to play memory for one another. Oh no, you're gonna be in Florida for the next one. Well, that's okay. There will be many more. How many does it take to remember an event? Way too many. I don't know if anybody else has this difficulty as well, but the longer I have a reminder system set up, the more likely it is that I will not be reminded by it. So I have an alarm set on my phone for when I need to give my cat her medication. And I'm so used to it at this point, because it goes off twice a day, that I hear it, but I just like turn it off and I don't react to it. I'm just so used to it. So it has stopped being as effective for me. Or like waking up is always a pain, because my brain will be like, oh, the alarm is going off, turn it off, and not register like, the alarm is going off for a reason. That means you need to get up. So like when I was working for someone else and had to be up at a specific time every day, I was kind of like in a state of like always being on edge, because I was always anticipating like that alarm going off, and I think it messed up my sleep. So it is nice to just kind of like sleep do what it will for me, and not have to worry about that as much, because I feel like I'm more rested. Yeah, the craft circle time that exists right now is geared towards our Europeans in the chat. So certainly there can be other craft circle days or times or whatever needs to happen. We just figured we might need more than one, because there's not going to be a day and a time that works for everyone when we're on such a variety of different time zones. Yeah. Hi, Nickel. How are you doing? Yeah, y'all let me know what day and times you settle on, and I will happily add that to the calendar for you. You're sleepy today? Me too. I rolled out of bed straight into stream. Because I was like resisting waking up hard. I was also having like a full-on narrative-based dream that kept going and going and going, so that also makes it hard for me to wake up whenever that's happening. November is a sleepy month, yeah. It's very cozy when it's just dark all the time. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't love having dreams because they tend to not be great for me. Not that I have a lot of nightmares, just that like my sleep quality tends to be really bad if I'm having a lot of dreams, or it's hard for me to wake up. There was something that was happening with a train, so it was like there were a bunch of people, and we were all on this train, and the train had like stopped, and we were all like being captured or something, and then I was like hiding, but then eventually we got found, like this last group of us, and so we got taken in, and there was this person that was keeping us as kind of like we were hanging out with this person, but we were like captive, but they were like kind of being friendly with us, so it was kind of like, oh, are we like your special friends or something? And I don't know, it very vague, I don't remember a lot of details, but it was something like that. It was like some weird kind of like harrowing experience that was happening in my dream. Yeah, I feel like my vivid dreams, I tend to get them more when I'm like in and out of sleep. So and it really it fucks with me, and then I have a hard time with like grounding myself in reality when I wake up, because I get very confused about like that line between sleep and awake. I used to like dreaming, but not anymore. It hasn't been good in a long time for me to have dreams. Yeah. I mean, everybody's different, right? We all have our, our own circadian rhythm or whatever. Like, not everybody is I feel like for people with ADHD in particular, it's very common for the circadian rhythm to be different from like the norm. So you may feel more rested if you sleep in an irregular kind of way or at different hours of the day and things like that. So everybody's different. What works for one person is not going to work for everybody for sure. One time you had a dream that you went on a beach vacation. But for some reason, the whole point of the vacation was to fight off creatures of unimaginable horror that only came out during the day. Oh, that's a fun one. Another time you don't remember anything else about it, but Luigi Mangione was the president. Oh, okay. So glimpse into the future. No more ADHD clues. Yeah, neurodivergent people are not built for 8-hour workdays, for sure. It's like, I can only do, like, hyper-focus for 12 hours, or, like, do nothing. What about ADHD? Some of us are feeling very seen by ADHD traits in here. That's asking the question, what about ADHD, is very ADHD coded. It wasn't even the main plot. There was like a single throwaway line that was like, President Mangione would be proud of us. I feel like that fanfiction exists. Oh, you had a job interview this morning? Yeah, that's a vibe killer for sure. It sucks to have to do that. Hopefully it'll be good to you. Well, if the shoe fits. You love the chill vibes? I'm glad. Yeah, we're being a little silly, but keeping it relaxing in here. You looked it up on AO3 and there were 0 results? That's so strange. The way that people talk about him, I thought for sure. Oh, all the Mangione fics are on Tumblr. Don't look it up without the mature filter. Yeah, maybe that's not for you, Alex. Oh, hang on. I definitely started doing this too soon. That's funny. I see why I thought that was when I needed to start it, but no, this needs to be wider. The job itself would be fine. You've just been unemployed all summer and have gotten so used to looking out for your own needs. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. It's rough to go back. Alex, that's what happens when you keep hanging out in adult spaces. Sorry, bud. What am I planning to do with all these ends? I will be covering them with a backing, so I can show you an example. You need tape for your tape. Oh no, Ash. So this is Sebastian's portrait. I did this with the same exact technique, embroidery floss, and single crochet. So, I know, right? This is my husband. The back looked just as chaotic. So, after blocking it, I hit it with a little bit of glue to just help keep the ends together, because all of the ends, I'll go through and knot everything off. Kisses. And then hit it with a little bit of glue just to make sure it doesn't unravel. And then I include a backing board and sandwich that in between the crochet and a piece of felt and sew them together. Let me see here if it'll... There you go. You can see I just sew the two together, and then that keeps it nice and rigid. And then I did this with another piece for a commission that was bigger. So for that one, because I wanted to be able to hang it, I had a piece of MDF board that I cut to size, and then I drilled 2 holes in it on either side to loop a cord through, so that the MDF board would be taking all of the weight, rather than if I had sewn something in between the crochet and the felt up here for like a little handle. That would have been putting all of the tension onto the crochet. So that's my plan for bigger pieces, and probably for this piece is I'll do something like that. I'll thread a wire through the backing. You've never played Sebastian's story? Yeah, Sebastian is my favorite. I find him very relatable, and I think his story is very sweet. And I like that, like, I do think that if you're not going to marry Sebastian, the idea of him, like, eventually getting out of Stardew Valley and getting to go into the city like he wants to is like, I support that. But also, I do appreciate that, like, when you do marry Sebastian and he gets to come live on the farm, he talks about how peaceful he feels there, and it feels like a very good, sort of conclusion for his story. He's no Shane, but he's pretty good. I feel like with Shane, the way to go is to just be besties with him and then leave it at that, because then you actually, like, help him resolve his problems. But when you marry him, he just goes right back to what he was doing before. I like Elliot, too. I like, I really love the poem that Elliot writes you when he's away on his trip. Yeah, no, Sebastian's heart events after you marry him are great, though. I love what happens with that. It's, like, literally so perfect for me, too. It's like you literally did the one thing that could make me love you more. Like, you did it. It's like, we're there. Man is allowed to have a messy space. I've seen people talk about how they don't like marrying Shane because he ruins the aesthetic of their house with his messy room, but then somebody was like, that's when you just get the trash catalog and make the entire rest of the house messy too. Support him. Support him. Just relate to him. Yeah, let your true nature out. Be one with Shane. Assigning AO3 tags based on your marriage choices. I feel like... I mean, I know what you would choose for Sebastian. I feel like that's not where I hang out on AO3. Adele is here. Incorrect use of super cucumber. I don't know. Is that incorrect? Oh my god. It's like I was playing the other day and Alex asked for a super cucumber and we were all like, this is a canon event. Hurt no comfort just feels rude. Your friends say you act like you're in your 40s. That's because your friends are also children, honey. Yeah, being a kid is awesome. Enjoy it while you can, for sure. Like, there were things that I hated about it, don't get me wrong. But, there was also a lot to love. You wish you were a child back in the early 2000s? Yeah, for real. Yeah, no, I agree with Scarlett 100%. Like, it may be nice to have that validation from adults of, like, you know, oh, you're so mature for your age, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's the shit you should also be side-eyeing. Like, it's not... like, you're still in here, right? You're still in here hanging out with us. And so it's not like calling you a child is a way to, like, push you out or anything like that. It is a reminder to you and everyone else here that there is an appropriate way to interact with you, and it is not treating you like you're an adult. But also, I was definitely on AO3 reading weird shit that I had no business knowing about at 16, so... Learning about things that you are too young to know about is like a rite of passage, basically. Your sister was Wattpad, and oh my god. Everyone has to read their first lemon at some age. Yeah, for real. Sometimes it's not even from the internet. Sometimes it's from regular-ass books that your grandfather got for you and didn't realize that they had raunchy scenes in them because they were supposed to just be about Lewis and Clark. Yeah, fanfiction.net was a good time too. Trans Dipper Pinefix, you're so right for that. Twincest tag for the Pine Twins is fucking weird, I'm sorry. Lewis X Clark, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, that was not the reason. That would have been much more interesting. Or, reading Wicked as a child. Holy shit. That book has some stuff in it. Breaking Dawn was in your middle school library? Breaking Dawn doesn't have anything crazy in it. I know there's technically sex scenes, but they're like so glossed over. I almost missed them on my last like interaction with it. Yeah, it is so fade to black that at one point it actually forgets to mention that it faded to black because it just like skips over it so quickly. Like, I've seen people talk, I'm gonna get TMI for a second. I've seen people talk about how Bella is able to get pregnant because the first time they have sex, they're in the ocean water, and it's so warm in the ocean that it, like, counteracts how cold Edward is. And I'm like, wait, was it implying that they had sex in that scene? Because... it's so blink and you miss it. Oh, the baby imprinting thing? Yeah, that's fair. I'm like, what the fuck are we even doing right now? There is such a thing as too much explaining, y'all. Like, you can just let us imagine what... You don't have to tell us explicitly why things are happening, because you don't know enough science about that for that to work, or... What? Oh. No, they're in a tropical ocean. It's when they're on their honeymoon and they go to like a tropical island or whatever. So the ocean is warm down there. It's not the ocean off the west coast. Don't worry. Yes, it's very silly logic for sure. You thought it was the vampire venom? I don't think the venom has anything to do with the sperm part, but I don't know. I think that trying to apply too much logic to that situation is just a bad idea, because it's not logical. It's fantasy. It's, like, let it be fantasy, y'all. Oh, all fluid is replaced with venom. Yeah, that does feel like a plot hole. Stephanie Meyer also demelanates black people when they become vampires, so, you know, I don't know why we need to listen to her opinion. Yeah, if exactly, Scarlet. It's like, but I guess vampires don't sweat, so yeah, pro tip, don't think about Twilight. I think that's a good place to start. This is why I admire Chuck Tingle's approach to things, because he's just kind of like, I don't know, does it really need to make sense? Do I need to explain things? Do I need to have good grammar? Or, well, I think he has good grammar, but like he has typos and stuff. Like, does it matter? It's about the vibes, and I am so here for that. We have Twilight thanks to 9/11. Not the vampire spitting on an open wound. I'm checking the timestamp and I'm like, yep, sure enough, it's 3 o'clock. Right on time for this damn conversation, for sure. I don't think... You know, I'm not gonna get into that one yet. Oh no, Ash, that's the worst. Moving on, yes. It's time to start your last task? Hell yeah. You can finally see this? Oh my god, Frazzle, were you fighting your internet or something? How are you doing today? We're approaching the end of this row, so... Going pretty well. You just have bad timing. Don't we all? You missed a whole row? Oh no. You can do this. You can fix it. It's frustrating, but you can do it. Pivoted from counting to guesstimating. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. You're finally decorating inside? Oh my goodness, it's been so long. That sounds like a good time, Alex. Yeah, just hanging out with the dog. That's nice that they pay you well. See, it's not even that big of a deal that you made an impulse buy, because you got more money coming in. Does Ash sound too feminine and young? I don't get that at all. No. I think Ash is such a neutral name, and I have known multiple people with that name who were not 9-year-old girls. I think that's kind of a silly thing to say. Also, like, it doesn't matter how she feels about it, because it's what you're asking to be called. Yeah, there's a pretty famous protagonist named Ash who's a boy, yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like it's feminine or youthful coded at all. I think it's a pretty darn neutral name. It is in fact a noun that describes, you know, Ash. Ash is a thing, so... Why would it evoke that imagery? Yeah, you're just a little dusty. Yeah, I think that's a really weird comment, Ash. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's a dumb, sorry, Mom, but that's a dumb comment. Yeah, you know where the tism came from? I mean, the bluntness is fine as long as she can, you know, get it together and call you what you want to be called, right? It's not her decision to make. You're telling us about a window, Zephyr? Okay, let's have it. Yeah, I hear ya, Ash. Well, you know, she's just gonna keep being wrong then for however long that goes on, so... You know, she can be stubborn and so can we. It's like, okay, we understand why you're making this choice, you're still wrong. You're still wrong for it. The skinny legend, the perfect window for crowded walls with not much room to work with, bask in the glory of the iconic queen that she is. EA, sit the fuck down. We know what EA's favorite window is. Y'all know that meme with, like, the crab with the lasers for eyes that says, "Silence, brand"? That's how I feel about that. EA does have some really funny little ones, though, for the furniture. It's true. Let's not forget that EA's been sold to Saudi Arabia, so we need to not continue to support them. Not saying that you are by playing The Sims, just in the future. Yeah, not buying anything new from them. Fuck them for that. You need the crab? I bet I can find it, Ash. Yeah, so many people in biblical context change their names, it's true. Good thing you know how to raise the Jolly Roger, indeed, Scarlet. I think that they're also going to be doing some AI integration soon for The Sims specifically. So I know one of my friends is like going ahead and just downloading everything that she wants so that she can just go offline forever with The Sims. Yeah, Mormonism is tricky for sure. I hear you, Ash. They got their own fucking thing going on. Growing up and getting married in Mormonism was a trip. Damn, I have so many questions. Yeah, one of your... I know a lot of content creators have removed themselves from the EA partnership program at this point and are very upset about the choices that EA has made. I don't feel like hardly anybody is on board with this, and there's hopes that they will sell The Sims still, because it's just gonna be, it's gonna get gutted. Your friend told you, told your friend you thought you were Arrow Ace, and they told you were the last person to know? That's so funny. Coming to you now as a divorced pagan that's openly queer. Yeah, that answers one question. I was gonna say, like, you got married in the church, so like, did your partner also leave the church? Or was that like a rift between you two, like you moving on from it? Did you have to do the whole courtship, like Mormon courtship? And what was that like? Your spouse also left the church, and he left a few months later. Bye, Nickel. Thanks for stopping in. Great to see you. Oh, totally, Alex. Okay, so not so much the whole courtship thing, just dating. You got engaged during COVID after 6 months of knowing each other and married by month 10. Wow, it's still pretty fast, yeah. Yeah, I've always felt a desire to have like a pretty close friendship with my friends, Alex, and so it felt like relationships made sense from there, but like I could definitely see how in a lot of circumstances that is not really what I was looking for. Obviously, I'm very happily married now, and having a romantic relationship is definitely for me, but I can see how you would get there in that way. You finished signing the divorce papers last month. I bet that felt good. You're sort of friends, but the religious trauma you're both healing from is insane, and we acknowledge the system really messed you up, and you don't want to trigger trauma in each other's lives, so yeah, it makes sense. It's good that you were able to at least go through that experience together, like being somewhat on the same page, you know, rather than having to deal with getting divorced from someone who wanted to try and keep you still in it. Making the adult decisions, and instead of hanging on to generational trauma, you decided separation and divorce was best for everyone involved. That's sweet. I'm glad to hear that. As a Mormon for 22 years, wow, it's a long time to be in the church, for sure. Welcome back from Adele, everyone. We have finished our row for today, so we'll take a look at our progress here. You can see we very fully established where the bookseller hangs out now. We've got the little staircase up from the river happening. We're getting pretty close to the fountain here. Or, that's not the fountain. The fountain's over here. But, right? Hang on. Where's the fountain? This is for a tree. A tree is gonna go in here. The fountain is gonna go over here. So, let's see. I think I have one more row to do, and then we'll see the bottom of where the fountain is gonna go. The yellow from where the fountain is gonna go. And the path up to the bus stop is coming in. You can see the farmhouse better now. We're into probably one of the crazier parts of the forest here, where things are just very randomy, but we're going to be done with the forest so soon. You can see we were finishing up these last couple of big trees here, and then we're not going to have any more of the big trees. So that's, I believe that was row 99 that we just did. So we've got 98 more rows to do. Under 100 rows is crazy. Yeah, Yeah, I definitely had some of that instinct as well, Alex. I hesitate to call them boyfriends, but I had a couple of quote-unquote relationships with boys when I was in high school, and because I just kind of felt like that's what I was supposed to do. I was just kind of like doing the normal thing, and it just was like it was not for me. The anxiety of like potentially having to be physically intimate with one of those boys was like, I was like, no, I don't actually think I like this. That's the wrong thing. Okay, we got that all squared away. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing? Any more completed tasks for us to check off? Your teacher hasn't even emailed you back yet? Oh my god. Why did you put this in the whip pile when you only have 17 out of 237 rows left? That's crazy. You're so close. New projects make brain go brr. Yeah, for real. Yes, for real, Ash. Like, no, you do not have to try things to know how you feel about them. 100%. Oh my god, Alex, you have so much time to figure that out. Alright, I'm looking for somebody to raid. I'm not really seeing a good option today. So I guess we'll just kind of like say goodbye. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for hanging out today. We will be back on Sunday playing Stardew Valley. So hopefully I will see y'all then. In the meantime, you know, I will be over on the Discord, so be sure to join in over there. Show me any projects that you're working on. Would love to see that and chat with y'all. So y'all have a great rest of your day and a good Saturday, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone.